Hey guys, I am here with another promotional set. This is 40563 Tribute to Lego House. 583 pieces. This was a gift with purchase set. Comes with these 5 sets, which we'll get to, but as you can see, the box is mostly black and white. It's quite thick. The pieces are mostly small, but still, 580 pieces is a lot for a promotional set. Next, let's look at the instructions. So you can see here the lightly printed bricks on the white background along with the blue stripe in the middle. And in the beginning here, we have an introduction to the Lego house along with a picture of it, the tree of creativity along with a picture, the wooden duck. Here it's only showing the set of the duck. The actual wooden duck was made out of wood. Before he started making with Legos, he was making other toys. The 3 dinosaurs, which are inside the Lego house, you can see them here. Brick molding machine, which I imagine is also in the Lego house, but they have other versions. And then in French and I believe Spanish as well. Sorry, Spanish and then French. And then the builds begin. And here, each bag is a different build. There are 5 bags, starting with the Lego house, then the tree of creativity, dinosaurs, duck, and molding machines. So I will review them in that order. The build is not particularly hard. It is a lot of small pieces, as you can see. And we'll talk a little bit more about the sets. There is a progress bar at the bottom for these instructions as well. And it is about 30 steps per build, but they are all separated. So if you wanted, you could build them once per day and still feel, you could build one set and stop. You still have a feeling of accomplishment. And finally, before I get to the sets, I always love to show the extra pieces, and in this case, I think this was the best part of the set. I mean, look at all these. It's probably 50 extra pieces or more here. We have an extra wire. We have all these extra pieces, which makes the set feel like it was perhaps a bit, I don't want to say rushed, but perhaps they could have put in less extra pieces, but why? It's great to have all the extra pieces, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I was very surprised at the number of extra pieces here, and not in a bad way. I think it's excellent to get all these extra pieces. Okay, now let's move to the sets, but I'm going to just spread these out here just so you can admire them as I get to the sets. So first is the Lego house. These are all printed pieces. You'll see 1 per set. They're 1x8 tiles. And I'll also try to remember to show the bottom side because they're all black plates, but you can see what they look like. So as you can tell, the Lego house is a lot of tiles, and although it's meant to look like a brick on top here, it is actually 2 plates. You can see what's represented as the windows here on the bottom and along the build. They also had to use some reducers to get these half steps. It's a very nice small model, and you can see they really used a lot of different colors. They used quite a bit of their entire palette. already on the first build, which is also part of the reason for all of the extra pieces. Okay, there's no function to it, but it is nice. So next should be the tree of creativity. And here too we have a printed 1x8. We have a printed 1x8 tile. And we have all these little greenery pieces at the bottom, along with a complex tree, starting with perhaps what is the yellow castle and some town. Here too is another printed piece. This comes from Minecraft. And you can see perhaps, I'm not sure what this is, maybe a solar powered car, or I'm not sure. And a crane at the top building Evermore. It is just sitting on a 8x8 plate. And again, not much function. You can turn the crane if you want, but it's really just sitting on a stud. Okay, next is my favorite, the dinosaurs. I like dinosaurs anyway, but I think these are quite nice, quite nicely built and designed. And they're different enough. I mean, you may see that they are quite similar in build style, but they're still different enough in build style. The arms or the legs. This last one is my favorite, definitely. It kind of looks like the metal head from Ninja Turtles. The color scheme of yellow and gray. It's nice. I also really like that wind-up gear, which again, you get an extra one of. It's just called Dinosaurs on the 1x8 tile here. And it is 2 6x10. 2 6x10 plates at the bottom. These sit on rotating pieces if you want, but this is the angle that it recommends. Again, I think this is quite nice, and you could easily just take them off and start using them for dinosaurs and a mecha dinosaur. The wooden duck, this is the only model that's meant to be taken off. It too has a printing on a 1x8 tile, and it is 2 4x10 plates. The wheels on the duck do turn. Might be hard to see that, but they are connected with Technic pins. And it also has a pull strap, as the original did. I think the original also lifted its mouth. This one does not. You can see it is mostly one tile, one brick wide, which seems a bit thin, but I think overall it looks pretty good. The eyes do stick out a little bit in the back here, but I think overall it's still quite okay. I do like the choice of the darker color palette, or the more realistic color palette. You can see here the butt of the duck is yellow, but even the yellow sort of beak that they chose is the darker shade of yellow. This one, as opposed to light yellow or even really light yellow. Okay, and then finally we have the brick molding machine. I have not seen this specific machine, or I don't know who makes this one, but I have seen plastic molding machines for my job. And you can see that they have the status lights, and they have some windows for you to see what's going on. This one has 3 printed bricks. You can see obviously brick molding machine, but you have a dial indicator. And here you have a cell phone in place of a computer. I think a computer piece would have looked better, but they don't have a 1x2 tile computer piece. And this is sitting on 2 8x6 plates. I don't want to tip it over completely because it has some, I'm not sure what this is. I imagine this is the scrap bin. I'm not quite sure what this is. So you can move some of the levers, and you're supposed to imagine that these red pieces will come out. But it's good for how big it is, and considering it's a promotional set, it again comes with lots of nice pieces. I think overall I was very impressed with the set, and I would say overall I'd give it a 4.5 or a 5 out of 5. I'm happy with the builds, especially the dinosaurs, and I'm extremely happy with the extra pieces. So let me know what you think in the comments, and see you next time.